My friends, I thank the Durable and Yagara dancers for their inspiring welcome to their country here in Brisbane. On behalf of the Shorten Labor team, I pay my respects to both the Yagara people and the Durable people, their elders past, present and emerging. I'm a Yarra man from the far reaches of the Kimberley. I come to you today after visiting people in the remote towns of the East Kimberley on the campaign trail. At Fitzroy Crossing, I sat down with the First Nations service managers in the complex areas of women's health, of repatriation of human beings, of community safety, of young people's futures, and the trials of humanising the CDP program. One of the senior women was in a very sombre mood. There had been another youth suicide the night before. She looked out into the distance and quietly said through her tears, "Sometimes I wake up and I go to work, simply hoping that one small child sees this old lady going to work and thinks maybe that they could get a job and become a future role model as well. The future of our kids is what keeps us going. Sometimes it gets too hard and we want to chuck it all in. The only things that keeps me going is the children and hope. The funding is always difficult. The rules are always hard and prolific. And the officials controlling the programs don't listen to them. They are desperate for change, for a change of government. The Howard, Abbott, Turnbull and Morrison regimes has worn them out. Constantly being treated as of no value and incapable of managing one's own affairs is so disrespectful. Today I am standing with you, conscious of the aspirations and dreams you have entrusted to us, the Labor Party. Our pledge is to work with First Nation peoples and allow them to lead us forward together. The Shorten Labor government has plans and commitments to bring back a fair go for all Australians and a fair go for First Nations Australians. Justice can be delivered and must be pursued. We know that government decision-making processes have led to pain, to poverty and powerlessness. First Nations peoples deserve better than this. Like the massive cuts of First Nations programs under Tony Abbott, like dismissing the simple aspiration of a voice as a third chamber, like the cruel penalties of the CDP program causing starvation and hunger for families. Labor will reset this relationship. Our new program will be set with First Nation leadership across the country. We will work with First Nations on the principles of co-design and free, prior and informed consent. A Shorten Labor government is ready, willing and able to step up and work in partnership with First Nation leadership to deliver long overdue justice and equality for First Nations peoples and all Australians, to create a voice to the National Parliament and to deliver constitutional change in our first term and begin the journey of truth-telling and treaty-making. We will be building together a framework of regional assemblies where First Nation peoples are empowered to make decisions, to identify their priorities and to sponsor place-based solutions and deliver lasting change, recognising the cultural wellbeing drivers from within First Nation communities. Labor under a shortened government will apply the principles of honour, equality, respect and recognition as we develop our new relationship and approaches to reconciliation through a National Makarrata Commission, local truth-telling programs, a national resting place for the unknown warriors, and justice and compensation for the survivors of the stolen generation. Our Shadow Cabinet, guided by our First Nations Caucus Committee, has identified, targeted and focused initiatives, we'll launch those today, that will bring the vision of justice and fairness to the lives of First Nation peoples. In education, we have many new and powerful initiatives that work directly to build bridges for the future of our young people. Our unprecedented investment in Indigenous health will be community designed and delivered even more than before. Our new policies and programs in the environment will help visitors to understand the complex national cultural web that, from which our landscapes arise. It'll be a challenge for us to do all we have set out in our new policies and programs, but we will work to achieve that. We want to be the party of choice for First Nations peoples, and we can become that party. We want to deliver for Australians across the country who yearn for a decent, responsible and committed government. Under Prime Minister Bill Shorten and our team, we will be that. Kalia.